Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some of the most bizarre laws from around the world. You won't believe these are actually real. From chewing gum crimes to bedtime bathroom bans, we're exploring the strange side of legislation that proves truth is often stranger than fiction. So strap in, get ready to facepalm in disbelief, because things are about to get weird. Alright, let's kick things off in Singapore, a nation known for its cleanliness and apparently its deep-seated aversion to chewing gum. That's right, folks, in Singapore, chewing gum is illegal. The ban, implemented in 1992, was a drastic measure to combat litter and maintain their pristine environment. And you know what? It seems to have worked. Singapore is remarkably clean, and you won't find yourself peeling old gum off your shoes. The ban is strictly enforced, with hefty fines for those caught in the act. So if you're planning a trip to Singapore, leave your double bubble and juicy fruit at home. Next up, we're heading to Switzerland, land of chocolate, cheese, and apparently some very strict bathroom etiquette. Because believe it or not, in Switzerland, flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. is illegal. Apparently, the Swiss take their sleep very seriously, and the sound of a flushing toilet after 10 p.m. is considered an intolerable noise disturbance. The law reflects a deep-seated cultural value of respecting peace and quiet, particularly during nighttime hours. So, if you find yourself in Switzerland after 10 p.m. with a pressing need, you might want to hold it in until the morning or, just be really quiet about it. From the breathtaking Swiss Alps, where the air is crisp and the mountains stand tall, we embark on a journey to a place with a very different kind of allure. We travel to sunny Italy, a country known for its delicious food, rich history, and apparently a peculiar aversion to death. Yes, you heard that right. In some charming Italian towns, the concept of dying has been turned on its head. That's right, folks, in certain towns in Italy, it's actually illegal to die. This might sound like a plot twist from a dark comedy, but it's a real law with a very practical, albeit unusual, reason behind it. This law stems from a severe housing shortage in these picturesque towns. With limited space for both the living and the dead, the local authorities had to think outside the box, quite literally. With cemeteries reaching full capacity and no available land to expand, these towns came up with a rather unorthodox solution: outlaw death. It's a desperate measure for desperate times. The towns affected by this morbidly fascinating law include Falciano del Masico and Celia. These places, while beautiful and rich in culture, face a unique challenge that has led to this extraordinary legislation. While not strictly enforced, the law serves as a stark reminder of the very real housing crisis facing these towns. It's a quirky yet poignant symbol of the struggles these communities endure. So, if you're planning a trip to Italy, maybe avoid these towns if you're feeling, shall we say, a little under the weather. After all, in these parts, even the Grim Reaper might have to make a reservation. Bonjour, mes amis, and welcome to France, a country known for its romance, its cuisine, and apparently its very specific rules about what you can and can't name your pig. That's right, in France it is illegal to name a pig Napoleon. The name Napoleon is practically sacred in France, representing a complex and often controversial history. Bestowing this grand moniker upon a humble swine is considered deeply insulting. The law, while rarely enforced, remains on the books as a quirky reminder of France's historical reverence. So if you're ever in France and feel the urge to name your pet pig after a famous French emperor, maybe go with Charlemagne instead. Your porcine pal might not appreciate the difference, but your French neighbors certainly will. G'day mates, and welcome to the land of sunshine, surfing, and some seriously strange fashion regulations. Australia is known for its stunning beaches, vibrant cities, and unique wildlife, but did you know it also has some of the quirkiest laws around? That's right, in Australia, it's against the law to wear hot pink pants after midday on Sundays. This peculiar regulation has left many scratching their heads, wondering about its origins and purpose. The origins of this law are shrouded in mystery, lost to the sands of time. Some believe it was enacted to maintain a certain level of decorum in public spaces, while others think it might have been a whimsical decision by a local council. Some say it's a remnant of a bygone era, a bizarre attempt to regulate public decency. It's fascinating to think about how such a specific and odd rule could have come into existence and persisted through the years. But one thing's for sure, the very existence of this law, whether real or imagined, perfectly encapsulates Australia's unique blend of laid-back charm and unapologetic weirdness. It's these little quirks that make Australia such an intriguing place to visit and live in. So, if you're ever down under on a Sunday afternoon and feel the urge to rock a pair of hot pink pants, maybe save it for a Monday morning meeting. After all, you wouldn't want to risk running afoul of this curious law and becoming the talk of the town for all the wrong reasons. You might just avoid a fashion citation and become a local legend in the process. Embrace the oddities, enjoy the sunshine, and remember, when in Australia, always check the local fashion laws before stepping out in style. Right then, let's pop over to the UK, a land of tea, crumpets, and a rich history that dates back centuries. From the bustling streets of London to the serene countryside, the UK is a place of tradition and modernity, and apparently some very specific rules about how one must handle their salmon. Yes, you heard that right. Salmon, this isn't just any fish, it's a fish with its own set of legal guidelines. That's right, folks, in the United Kingdom, it is illegal to handle a salmon in suspicious circumstances. This might sound a bit fishy, but there's a good reason behind it. This law is actually intended to prevent illegal fishing and protect salmon populations. Salmon are a vital part of the UK's natural ecosystem, and overfishing can have serious consequences. The suspicious circumstances bit gives the police broad authority to question anyone caught with a salmon that they suspect might have been obtained illegally. This means that if you're carrying a salmon and can't explain where it came from, you could be in trouble. So if you're ever in the UK and find yourself walking down the street with a salmon tucked under your arm, you might want to think twice. It's not every day you see someone carrying a fish around, and it could raise some eyebrows. Make sure you have a good explanation ready. Perhaps you just bought it from a market, or maybe you're taking it home for dinner. Whatever the reason, be prepared to explain yourself. Otherwise, you might end up spending a night in the clink, all because of a fishy situation. So remember, when in the UK, handle your salmon with care and always stay on the right side of the law. Konnichiwa, and welcome to Japan, the land of the rising sun, technological innovation, and apparently some very strict regulations about body mass. That's right, in Japan, being overweight is actually against the law. This law, known as the Metabo Law, isn't about punishing individuals for their weight, but rather about addressing the country's growing obesity rates and their associated health risks. Under this law, companies and local governments are required to measure the waistlines of their employees and citizens aged 40 to 74. Those exceeding government-set limits are encouraged to attend counseling sessions and receive dietary advice. While the effectiveness of such a law is debatable, it certainly highlights the importance Japan places on health and well-being. All right, let's head north to Canada, land of maple syrup, politeness, and apparently some very specific rules about how much loose change you can use for a purchase. That's right, in Canada, it's illegal to pay with too many coins. This law is actually designed to prevent businesses from being bogged down by mountains of metal. Imagine a cashier trying to count out 100 loonies while a line of impatient shoppers snakes out the door. So, while the law itself might seem a bit over the top, it's rooted in practicality. It's about keeping things running smoothly and ensuring that everyone gets their Tim Hortons fix in a timely manner. Just remember, when in Canada, don't be afraid to use those bills, folks. Sawadee krap, and welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles, stunning temples, and a deep respect for their monarchy. A respect so profound, in fact, that it extends even to their currency. That's right, in Thailand it's illegal to step on money. In Thai culture, the king is considered semi-divine, a symbol of national unity and pride. Stepping on his image, even if it's just on a banknote, is considered a grave insult. So, if you're ever lucky enough to visit this beautiful country, remember to tread carefully, especially when money is involved. Talofa lava, and welcome to the beautiful island nation of Samoa, a place where the sun always shines, the water is crystal clear, and forgetting your spouse's birthday can land you in hot water, legally speaking. Yes, you heard that right, in Samoa, it's illegal to forget your wife's birthday. This law reflects a deep cultural value placed on family and relationships in Samoan society. The idea is that forgetting such an important occasion shows a disregard for your spouse. So, if you're ever in Samoa and want to stay on the right side of the law and your spouse, maybe set a few reminders on your phone. Better safe than sorry, right? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating content. Let us know in the comments which law you found the weirdest. From chewing gum crackdowns to toilet flushing time limits, we've traveled the globe uncovering some truly bizarre laws. And while some might seem nonsensical, they often offer a glimpse into a country's history, culture, and values.